Welcome to part 12 of the compilation series of Befriending Crows. Part 12 is the last part of the compilation series and it contains days 64 until day 102. It does not include the YouTube shorts because they were filmed in vertical and vertical doesn't work on horizontal video. I'd like to remind you that if we hit 500 subscribers by the end of the year, I'll do a face reveal. Today I continued the compilation series because it was Friday. Please watch the video until the end and consider subscribing to my YouTube channel.
Well, they left.
Hi, Crow! Day 64 of Befriending a Crow. Today the crow did eat out of my hand and solved the intelligence game. He also pulled the jar around, which is the intelligence game, after it was opened and emptied. I'd like to remind you that if we hit 500 subscribers by the end of the year, I'll do a face reveal. Please watch the video until the end and consider subscribing to my YouTube channel.
Oh, sorry. Wait a minute, I need to clean my lens a little bit. Well, the crow was really fast at solving the intelligence game today. And he solved it immediately. They really like the eggs today. Well, the crow did not eat out of my hand. He went up front. Oh, he's the jar puller. Oh, there's a crow right next to me. Let's give him food. Oh, he solved the other intelligence game. I think that wasn't in frame when he solved it. Sorry about that because I was trying to film the hand-eating crow. They were really fast today. Really close. It's very close again. Well, I guess I'll have to end it turn for him. I don't know what it is today that he doesn't come close. Or something happened with... Yeah, he lifted the jar. They're carrying that thing around. The lid of the jar is broken. They really like throwing it. Oh, now they knocked over the other jar. Sorry that I don't get all that on frame because I'm trying to get this crow eating out of my hand. Thanks, crow. Took him a while. I mean, it was because I was turning around and looking at Oh, the jar puller is pulling the jar up. There's another jar in front, crow, and I think you know that. That's why. Well, no, he doesn't want to take it. Sorry about the lens glare. Just holding my hand right there. There is a little bit of lens glare today because it's sunny. And also I arrived at a little bit later because on Thursdays I arrive a little bit later. Oh, they're carrying the jar around. They definitely have to pull the jar around quite a bit. There's more than just my hand-eating crow pair. They're still pulling that jar. Now they're moving in a flock, the crows. You can tell that because there have appeared there's more than just my hand-eating crow. Oh, crow wants to eat out of my hand. He lifted the jar up. He's fumbling his jar and it was spinning in a weird way. Someone's taking a bath now. And they're really carrying that around. How hard is it gonna be for me to find it? They're still carrying that thing around. There's definitely food stuck. How far does he need to carry it? Yeah, he's gonna carry it a little bit further than we think. I'm not filming everything that's happening here, but because what he's doing is too interesting. A lot of jar pulling. Probably soon he's gonna give up on that jar. And pull the other jar. You'll never catch the jar. Okay, you got it the right way around. He's gonna roll it for... No, he's pulling it back. He's wasting his time with the jar. I'll follow it very closely. Okay, now he's flipping the jar around and... What is his goal with it? This only happens when there's food stuck onto the bottom real bad. And he wants to get it all out. How far does he want to move that thing? He probably wants to take it to the... What is he doing with the jar? Okay, he's flipping it again. Thanks, Crow. I wanted to feed the hand-eating crow. He didn't do much with it. He just flipped it a few times with his beak. What is he doing? Did the jar hurt him or do anything bad? It's been a while since he last pulled his jar this far. I mean, it's shifted quite a lot. I mean, you can see the fact that the crow has no destination for the jar because I think he thinks it's fun to play with the thing. Because they also do things for fun, but it definitely must smell like food. Yeah, I'm quite sure it's not gonna be happy to... Is it... Okay, is he giving up on the jar? Yes. Oh, now he's pulling the other jar away. We'll probably get by the tomorrow, which is going to be the last day of the day series. We're not going to have a jar. I mean, yeah, this jar is gonna disappear too. I've been concentrating on what's happening with the jars. The jar that took Crow Postal Service is still there. I just came up with the Crow Postal Service's name. I mean, the jar's very cheap. Crow Postal Service costs nothing but food. And you can buy the cheapest possible food. Okay, maybe I don't need to make an ad in my video for Crow Postal. Just taking the lid. Oh, here's one of the collections. This hand-eating crow. No. Oh, he definitely isn't gonna do it. Good job. It's definitely one of the ones in the pair of the hand-eating crow. Yeah, I think I just have to wait with him. Very close, crow. they left. Now I have an opportunity to go ahead and fix the problem with this jar. No damage to it, but not in its place. Not gonna refill it now. I don't have the food material to refill. I'm gonna have them concentrate on the otherwise I would refill that thing. If I had enough bird seed too. Because I don't want to bring so much bird seed. It'd be too heavy, and I don't really expect to have to do the filling here. I usually never have to do filling here, so I'm not gonna refill it because anyway, it's done its purpose. And Crow got to take it with Crow Postal Services. I wonder what their customer service is like. Hey, yeah, we lost the package on its way, and then it turns out the crow found food somewhere else, so he didn't want to take the postal service package. Helicopter. It's like a police helicopter. Yeah, it's definitely a police helicopter. Thanks, Crow. He's too greedy. It's hilarious how greedy he is. This chicken is really cool. Well, the chicks usually don't eat out of my hand. Well, now the sun is in the cloud and there is no lens glare, but the video is getting quite long for you to watch, so I think I'm gonna wrap the video up here. And if you've made it this far in the video, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. I'll do a face reveal if we hit 500 subscribers by the end of the year. And one other thing I want to tell you is I'm really thankful for the audience I have. And stay tuned for day 65 of Befriending a Crow. That's it for day 64. And if something really interesting happens, I'll start filming. Otherwise, it'll just be like this.
Hi, Crow! Day 65 of Befriending a Crow. As you might have heard in some of my other videos, that day 65 is going to be the last day in this day series of befriending crows. But don't worry, I won't stop feeding the crow. And we made a lot of progress today with the crow eating out of my hand. He did eat out of my hand multiple times, and the crow did solve the intelligence game. And I'd like to remind you, the face reveal deal is still an option if we hit 500 subscribers by the end of the year. Another thing I'll tell you is that I'm going to make a compilation series of befriending crows next week. And I'm going to try to make something else then the week after that. But a huge thanks to all 92 subscribers and my whole audience. Please watch the video until the end and consider subscribing to my YouTube channel.
Crows haven't solved the intelligence game yet, but they've been eating the eggs really actively. And then, as you might have heard in the voiceover, this is the last day of the day series. And don't worry, I won't stop posting videos. I'll continue making not daily videos, weekly videos every Friday for about birds and crow, and I haven't yet decided about short form. Maybe I'll make short form once a day. And huge thanks for watching these videos for however long you watch it. I'm so grateful for the audience I have. Crow really likes the eggs. I clearly can see. That's why he's not solving. Okay, they left for whatever reason. The crows aren't here for whatever strange reason. There aren't that many crows right now. I don't know where all of them went. They definitely went somewhere. Oh, Magpie came. I was starting to wonder, actually, why wasn't he appearing? And I know what I'm actually going to make next week for the YouTube video. Yes, it's nothing new. It's going to be one of those compilation. But next week, I'm going to try to do something different. Not a compilation of, like, days. Although it might be a compilation of something, but I'm not going to spoil it. Just all I'm going to say is it's going to be different than day series or compilations of day series. After, next Friday, so in 2 weeks, there will be a different type of video. You probably want to stay tuned to watch what it is. Haven't yet solved the intelligence game. That crow up there looks like Handy doing throwing it computers. Thanks, crow. There are some crows behind me, because I threw food behind me to try to attract them here. And then, when there's some behind, there's going to be also some out front. Thanks, Crow. It came out to eat out of my hand. There's one that's gonna try to solve the intelligence game. I'm trying to go back and forth filming too fast. Let's just step in the right direction. The problem is he's pushing down on the lid. Usually they don't struggle this much. Let me check why this. Yeah, they just tightened the lids. Now they got it. We're just gonna do hand-eating crow. Oh, another intelligence game solver. Thanks, Crow. It's okay, Crow. Just go get it. Get it. It's not that big of a deal when you drop it. They're pulling the jar over. Funny, they're pushing the jar lid into the water and pushing around. Just pushing the lid around. And pulling the jar. Letting up the jar open. Look at this. Thanks, Crow. Very close. Thanks, Crow. Oh, they kicked the lid. This is the new handy. Oh, they solved the intelligence game, the harder one. Finally. I'm just trying to film too many things at once. This is the one that's eating out of the jar now is the usual hand-eating crow. But we have another one that eats out of my hand now. We have another crow here. The usual hand-eating crow, I mean, you can tell him because he's quite big. But for whatever reason, he's recently not been the one eating out of my hand because there's been another crow that does it. The reason I call him regular hand-eating crow is because he's the one that's eaten out of my hand since day one. Okay, now they're pulling the jar around. Thanks, crow. Thanks, crow. Now the usual hand-eating crow came to eat out of my hand. I mean, the reason there's now more than one crow in the territory is not only because, well, there's obviously the juvenile gang here, then there are the other crows are also in a group. The reason they do that in the jar is because they want to eat the nuts. They don't want the sunflower seeds, so they go through the jar for the nuts. I guess they store better and they're easier because they're bigger than when they need to dig them up. But today has been a very good day for the last day. Thanks, Crow. Thanks, Crow. We have now 2 hand-eating crows, which is lovely. Sorry about all that scrunching though. No, Crow, no. Thanks, Crow. Thanks, Crow. Now as the video is getting to 5, I think I'm gonna wrap the video up here for today. And if something really interesting happens, like crow eating out of my hand, I'll start filming again. Thanks for watching this far in the video. And if you made it this far in the video, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. It makes me happy. It makes me very, very happy if you subscribe. And also, what you could do would make me happy is stay tuned for Friday's video. That's it for today's. Stay tuned for part 4 of Befriending Crows compilation. Really rare.
Surprise guest on day 78 of Befriending a Crow. The seagull showed up and I started filming. It's really rare to see seagulls and seagull chicks at this time of year here. Of course, there are always a few seagulls that hang around throughout the whole year. Please watch the video until the end and consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. And I'd like to remind you that if we hit 500 subscribers by the end of the year, I'll do a face reveal.
The seagull doesn't like the crows, but he's a surprise visitor. He doesn't eat any food. Oh, crow is here. I can't believe it. Another surprise guest on day 81 of Befriending a Crow. Well, on day 81, this is the first surprise guest, but we had a seagull earlier this week on day 79. Yesterday, the crows did not show up, but today we have a common goal again, and I mean, I can't believe it. Seagull keeps showing up. Like, seriously. It's October and this is a rainy day. Oh my god! 2 seagulls! And the hand-eating crow. Well, he's probably not gonna eat out of my hand. But since he ate so well today earlier, you'll see in the YouTube short, he deserves some food. But I mean, I can't believe it. Fish seagull came. Common gull also, well, it's common gull, the fish seagull. The thing is, I call it that, I don't know, it's because in Finnish it's kalalokki, aka fish seagull. But apparently it's not that in English, and I mean, Finnish is not logical, I'll admit that. I'm dumping out the food now, just
sand back and they eat it all. They eat it faster when you spread it out. And since I'm leaving, I mean, it's another surprise guest. Well, the crows showed up after dark, which is impressive. And that he followed me all the way to the site. But on Thursdays, I arrived so late, you know. I mean, Saturdays I can arrive just at the same time and still be here during light. But now I arrived so late that the crows, well, first of all, that's why I didn't see them last week during the light, is because they're not used to this time. Second of all, now the crows are not winding down for the night because it's quite late. I mean, it's not that much later than usual. It's like an hour later, but I mean an hour later, so it's quite a large difference for a small animal like this. And the only reason he's up is because of all this artificial lighting. So if you're seeing this video, the crow did not eat out of my hand. And he left. And now the crow is in the tree, and the reason I still made a video was because I hadn't seen them in a few days. Otherwise I would have just made a post. But I mean, hopefully, well, I can arrive tomorrow on time. Hopefully the crows show up tomorrow, because I really want to make a video about them. And it's very rare that they come after dark. The only reason I was at this site was because of there's a light up there that would light it up so the crow could see, instead of my usual site down there. Hi, crow. Oh, they left. Day 100 of befriending a crow. Today, I decided to make a long form video in honor of day 100. The crow ate out of my hand, and later on in the video, he also ate nuts out of my hand. There were quite a few little birds after the crows left for a little while, but the crows came back, and that's when he ate nuts. I'd like to remind you that if we hit 500 subscribers by the end of the year, I'll do a face reveal. Please watch the video until the end and consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. I decided to make a long form video today because of the fact that today is day 100. So this is the 100th day since I started filming on day 1. Well, I didn't film all of them, and a lot of them are just in short form, because now they're in groups. So the reason they leave like this is because the little birds are gonna come now. You can see a lot of it. The reason they just leave is someone else calls, and then there's food there, and then they go there and they switch places, or it's just a false call. A lot of little birds. Very hungry, those little birds.
They only recently actually started coming. I'm giving those little birds some nuts to eat. Mostly great tits, a few blue tits here and there. But more than yesterday, wow. And the crow hasn't yet come back. Probably because it went below 0 last night. So all the grass survived it, but a lot of the growth here probably it took some damage from the below 0 weather last night. And the reason they didn't come for 2 days was probably because of how windy it was on those 2 days. But I'll start filming actually when the crows come back, because now the little birds are starting to get up and eat and finish the food. Wow, how convenient. Crow came immediately after I stopped filming. Maybe they can sense the aura of the camera, and here's the hand-eating one. Okay, he's gonna finish these nuts up front first before he starts eating the ones behind. Apparently the hand-eating crow, well, usually he eats nuts, but today he seems to be a fan of the sunflower seeds in those jars. I still use the jars even though I know they can open. It's just that it's easier to contain if there's leftover food. Okay, not a hand-eating crow was. Some kind of fight. He's eating very well out of my hand nowadays. He's now in front of me. He should come.
Well, the hand-eating crow backed off a little bit because I closed the hand, took the food away. But now we're waiting for snow, actually. Here. Although, yes, it forecasts it's gonna rain snow, obviously, because it's below zero and there might be rain at night. But it's not gonna snow. There's not gonna be any snow. I'm beating propane. Okay, he's not. Well, they left. And they did knock over the jar. This pear also eats out of my hand. Oh, the blue tit. He's very close to eating out of my hand in the house sparrow. As you could see how he flew in front of the camera, that's how he does it, and then that's how his way of begging for food from me. And he does normally eat out of my hand, but if there is a nut like that, he'll often take that. I mean, my video, the one that I was planning for a long time, is finally ready. But since I realized it's day 100, if the crow actually comes today, which I pretty much knew he was going to come, I'm gonna make a video, a long form video to honor day 100 of the eating crow. Well, the hand-eating crow went there. I guess he realized that my nuts are better. And the sunflower seeds there, I mean, he knows they're better. They're easier to find when you hide them. The reason the blue tit doesn't eat out of my hand right now is because there's so many crows around here. But since I don't want to make this video super long like the other day series is, this is more like a special for day 100 and 200 subscribers. And by the way, for that, a huge thanks to all my subscribers. I mean, I would have probably quit if I only had one subscriber. I mean, I would still feed them, but I would have forget filming them. And if you made it this far in the video, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. And that's it for day 100. Stay tuned for day 131. Well, hand-eating crow came, but I'm gonna actually make the short form now. Unexpectedly, on day 102 of befriending a crow, a seagull came. Yesterday, it went below 0, the temperature. But in the daytime, it warms up. But I mean, it's incredible that a seagull is still around here at this time of year. And there are a lot of crows. Well, it left. I don't know why it left. Oh, probably they were scared of being chased. Oh, it's coming back. It's gonna eat all the food. And if you're wondering why there's only one jar, the crow stole the lid to the other one. I'm not sure what happened to it because I couldn't just find it yesterday when I was leaving. But there's quite a few birds now. And a crow. Big crows. I'm actually quite sure about the fact that the crow took the lid, because otherwise he'd be somewhere here. He just flew off with it and I didn't notice. But this seagull is very rare at this time of year. Oh, a house sparrow. Yes, I know people don't like them but they're totally native here, and they're actually, unlike in the US, I can assure you they're native here. We've always had house sparrows here, but I guess we're not gonna get any clips of the seagull really eating. Now the seagull is eating out of the intelligence game. You can just see the size difference to a crow. It's a large size difference. Crow is tiny compared to seagull. You can clearly see that his neck is getting fat. I mean, that's because they have this kind of pouch that they can store all this food and give it to their chicks. Because their digestive system is so small, so they can store food in a pouch. Crows have a smaller pouch, but they can hide their food. They hide their food. The seagull is still here, but the crow has not eaten nuts out of my hand. So it's not looking good for day 102 because I'm not going to make a YouTube short today. He's only eaten one fat ball. Like yesterday, I don't know what changed in them. Feels like they're completely different crows after day 100. They don't eat out of my hand nuts anymore, and neither will they really come that close to me. They'll only eat one fat bowl. So I think I might end the day series here. Okay. Seagull's gonna fly away. And I mean, they started also stealing the intelligence game. Oh! Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on a minute. Can you believe it? Seagull literally just by biting down on it broke the intelligence gate. Well, here's what happened. Seagull bit through it and broke it, but I luckily had some paper to clean it all up, get it in the trash over there. Yes, I know you're supposed to put it in glass recycling, but once it's broken, you don't want to carry it home. And no more intelligence game for crows. Or, well, especially seagulls, so it's just gonna be one handful in the future, and some eggs. And these little great tits are gonna come here.